Hey, boy. You ready to get on the move?
Yeah. Going on the move.
All right.
We're going the hard way.
I know. We're looking where we're going. We're going steeper. Well, hey, maybe we should do a show, Jeremiah.
Oh, you think so?
About moving.
About moving? A movement making show?
That's right, something like that.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
This way. Welcome to the Movement Maker Show, the place where we highlight people making a difference at the Boeing Company. I'm Rex Williams.
And I'm Jeremiah Bonsmith, and welcome to episode 34.
Episode 34. I know it's been a while since we've done the episodes, but if you're binge watching this later, no one will know how long it was in between shows, so who cares? But hey, we're still doing it, and we got people, a lineup of excellent movement makers that we're going to be highlighting. So today, awesome guest, and he's really moving.
He's
like,
really literally moving,
and getting other people to move.
Yeah.
So
it's really appropriate with Boeing on the Move coming up next month. So
yeah, excellent. So today we're gonna introduce our guest. He's a structural methods and allowables structural engineer.
Got it.
SMA.
Yeah,
as
SMA.
I like to call it. Mm-hmm. And he started something really awesome. I don't know if you noticed, but we're wearing something that we'll talk about later. Okay, let's bring him on the show. Abram Elwell.
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here. Yeah.
It's good to see you outside of the Gulch, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time I've seen you in like your business class.
I know. Yeah, look great.
So it's kind of
we got
funny.
this side.
Yeah. So these guys are running buddies. Mm-hmm. And Abram started something that I don't know anything about, so I'm totally cold. So I'm just gonna be asking questions about,
Sounds
what's
good.
it about.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, I've only known about it for a couple of weeks. I just joined, so Abram, maybe just explain. What is this? What are these shirts?
So
Sure.
tell us about the shirts.
Japanese Gulch Runners, yeah. So it's a club that I started about 2 years ago, and we're here in the Everett plant, and you can just about see it from here.
Yeah,
It's really close,
actually.
and it's sort of a hidden gem.
Oh yeah.
It's just a beautiful, wooded area with some big hills and some great trails. There's probably about 10 miles of trails out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was the city of Mukilteo owns those trails, and it's a park. And so a lot of mountain bikers out there, but not too many runners. So about 2 years ago, I started running back there because I live nearby, and I just love trail running. I've been trail running for a few years, and no one really knows about it because there's no really signs or like maps. So I decided I'm going to start a club.
Yeah.
Because I had friends who wanted to run with me.
Yeah.
And so we had enough people said, hey, I want to run you through. So I was like, let's just schedule a day. So once a week, Thursdays. So it's been about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
We met every Thursday, except for a few vacations and stuff. But throughout the year, in the winter and everything, even in the snow.
No
And
way.
the heat, every week. And we have a great group. We usually have between maybe 5 to 10 people. But we have lots of different people, and most of it is Boeing people because a lot of people run there after work. Because it's right there.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
found
close.
it a couple weeks ago. I mean, I knew it was there, and my daughter is on the high school cross country team, the track team, and so they run out there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they do their workouts and stuff. So I've known about it, but I didn't know this one entrance. There's different entrances
There's a
in
few
different
trails.
places.
You can actually get there from the Boeing Fitness Center. So that's where we meet right at the fitness center.
Oh.
And then there's not really any signs, but you have to know your way to get back to the main trails.
Yeah.
And then once you're
super
back
cool.
there, there's some great trails. We do one big loop. There's some big hills, as I'm sure you
Yeah,
can attest
they're
to.
big.
It's about 500 feet of elevation gain. So
Yeah.
that's actually what makes it so special as far as trail running standpoint, there's not that many places that have that much elevation gain, and the hills are really good training.
And you're in the forest. And
In
you're
the
totally
forest.
secluded.
And
it's
you
like
can go all the
beautiful.
way down to the water too.
Yeah.
So the trails go all the way down to the beach. So sometimes when the tide is low, we haven't done it with you yet, but
No.
sometimes when it's low tide, we'll go down there and run along the beach. You can go pretty far in either direction.
Beach running. That's
Yeah,
total
when it's
workout.
low, and you can.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
That's so cool.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I found you. I was going to the Boeing Fitness Center, and I saw you had a sign on the
Oh,
wall
yeah. We get
saying,
lots of
hey,
that
we
way.
meet and go running here.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'd love to run. I'll come join that.
Yeah.
And I've been working at this location for like 5 years or so, and I had no idea there's all these trail running trails
know,
like
it's
right
so
in my
close.
backyard here
Yeah,
until,
it's so
you know,
close.
I even
introduced
go up
you
there
and
for
got to go
just
and do it.
yesterday or 2 days ago,
Mhm.
lunch runs. Take an
Uh-huh.
hour at lunch. I ran there, did a whole loop around and back again in an hour.
So
Mhm.
I did that one time too. Like I said, I'm just gonna take a break. I need to go in nature, something. So I
Exactly.
found this trail and I just walked it. You know, just walking during lunch, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. Every
Oh,
so often the
Marbeck.
planes will fly over
Yeah.
by the community garden. You know
Yes,
where that
that's
is?
a great. Yep, that's one of the good trailheads
Yeah,
there.
there's a whole
Yep.
Mukilteo community garden that's
Yeah.
like really huge.
Yep, that's a great way to get to the Gulch there. And there's also a dog park down at the north end by
Yeah,
the
dog
beach. Those are the two main trailheads.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed you've been really good about being really inclusive, though, like getting anyone to show.
Oh, yeah.
Because you do some pretty serious running, but
Yeah.
anyone that shows up,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
noticed it's like, come on, we got you. We won't let
Yeah.
you get lost in this giant
Exactly.
park.
You know, that's
You
what
could.
I like.
You could
You
get
sort of
lost.
need a group out there because if you're not familiar with the trails, it's easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And just there's so many trails,
Yeah.
there's no signs, not really maps.
Mhm.
I made the map.
Uh-huh,
yeah.
So I have the best map that we can find. I made. But anyway, yeah. Any levels of you know what I really like about running. You're talking about relieving stress. Like,
Uh-huh.
and talking about, let's say, work-life balance and stuff. I think this type of group is really helpful in 3 different ways.
Uh-huh.
Number one, fitness, like just
Yeah.
exercise is really good
for sure.
your body and for your mental health.
Mhm.
And the second one is spending time in nature. I just find that really rejuvenating. And the third
Sure.
one is just the group aspect, connecting to other people.
Mhm.
And there's something about being out on the trails together that just sort of breaks down barriers. And then I just feel like I like running at a nice pace where we can talk.
Mhm.
So I'm usually talking like the whole time with people.
Oh, yeah.
Which is actually my favorite part of it. We get to know all these cool people. Most of the people are Boeing. Not everyone's Boeing.
Oh, yeah.
It's open to anyone. It's actually not even officially a Boeing club.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah, so
and
let's-
anyone who wants to join me.
So let's talk
Mainly
about
Boeing
that.
people.
You know, people will see you. Oh, you got shirts. You're like a whole official thing. I mean, it's legit, right? We got shirts.
Yeah.
But like, how did you start it? I mean, you told us, but explain what
Sure.
how you did it.
It sort of evolved as it went. Like it just sort of naturally came about. So, as I mentioned earlier, about 2.5 years ago, I had a few friends who wanted to run out there, but they didn't really know the trails, and there's, as I said, no maps or signs. So I'm like, okay, let's just come on out and run with me, because I would run there all the time. And so, let's just come up with a date. I mean, a week, a day of the week, and we'll just do it every week. So we decided on Thursday afternoons. We meet at 4 o'clock at the fitness center. So if anyone wants to join us, Thursdays,
Okay, Thursday
4 o'clock,
afternoon,
fitness
4
center.
o'clock.
Be there.
Yeah.
It'll
Come
be
join.
fun. You don't need to be a fast runner. Just
Yeah, what's
enjoy
the level?
running.
It's just
any level.
Yeah.
And if you just want to join us for a mile, I mean, we usually run for an hour, but you can run for a little while and just check
and
it out.
and stuff loops around too, so you could like just do a loop.
Yeah,
and
we could do something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But so I just started a small group, and then more and more people were interested, and I made a little meeting notice on Boeing and Outlook, and forwarded people. They forwarded people, and then eventually we're like, hey, we should do a Facebook group. So we did that, and we got over 100 people on there. So that's a great way to connect with other people and learn about what other people are doing. And then the other, actually, I didn't start the club with the goal of networking.
Yeah.
But it's been a great way to network because people from all over the company, all levels, managers, people just started with the company, all together, and we're all just having fun running together and talking about what we do.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun.
So it's not an official Boeing.
It is not an official Boeing
because
club,
they have
no.
a Boeing runners
There
club.
is, yes, and I'll give a plug for them.
Is it Beers? What is
it's
it
called the Beer Running Club. the leader is Earl Oda.
Yeah.
That stands for the Boeing Everett Employees Runners.
That's right.
Boeing Employees Everett Runners.
Nothing to
One-
do
one
with
of those-
alcohol.
Nothing.
No.
No. I'm sure some might be involved afterward. But they're for road running, so they do
Okay.
road runs.
Oh,
Okay.
So our group just does trail running. There's a lot of skills you need to have in order to be a good trail runner. So, and I just
interesting.
love being out in
In
nature.
Yeah.
And I don't like running with the headphones because I miss too much. So
Uh-huh.
I don't do that. So just so many things to see and hear. Just the
Birds.
other day, just last Thursday, right before we ran,
Yeah.
ran into a coyote.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
I'm running, and I just happened to look over, and it's just standing by the side of the trail, just looking at me. And it let me take a picture too.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And you posted that
I
photo to
posted the
Strava. It's
picture.
on
Yeah,
there. You can check it
exactly.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
And
cool.
there's been other wildlife encounters too,
Oh
right? You were
yeah,
telling
we
me
got
about
stories.
Yeah.
So there has been an owl situation.
A what?
An owl situation.
Oh,
so there's
owls.
a pair of barred owls that
Yeah.
live on the northwest side, and I know exactly where their tree is. But especially, I think it's nesting season in like January, February. Almost every single person that ran through that one spot got swooped by an owl.
No way.
Some of them actually got scratched. But
No
we started
way.
make sure we wear hats. So they just grabbed the hat.
A little bit of adventure,
Yeah, I
danger,
know.
just swooping
I
down.
know.
Big, huge,
Protection.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty big.
Wow.
I've only got
Wow.
swooped once, but I knew where it was, so I keep my arm open.
Yeah.
And
Or
you
stick.
run real
I sometimes
fast.
will carry a stick, like just to have it like near my head, so they'll just go around the stick. But yeah, so we try not to bother them, but
Yeah.
they get a little aggressive that time of year. And so a lot of us have got swooped at. Few people got scratched, but nothing dangerous.
Well, we were supposed to
But
tell
it's-
that on the
it's-
show.
You can cut that out if you want to.
We'll
But
cut
it's
that.
usually just really, really early.
Okay.
So most people don't need to worry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 4 p.m. one. Where, you know,
Or
after
no,
early,
you,
no,
so.
in the early morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are a runner
In
who gets
January.
out 6 a.m. or earlier, then that's when it happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we talk about the swag? Because
Okay,
every,
yeah.
sure.
every official club, I mean, it's not official until you have like
Swag.
swag, right?
Yeah.
Sure, I got a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
Do you have a mug?
Yeah.
Well, I have a. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a
what?
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
We actually have directed one race. We're having another one. We'll talk about later. But these were the giveaways by the company Mir. They're a local company, and they donated them. And
Oh wow.
yeah, they actually a few of their employees run out there in the Gulch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a cool company.
Yeah.
So then, how did you get this design and everything?
Oh yeah, I have a good friend. His name's Nathan Yoder, and check him out on Instagram.
Everything happens from a good friend, you
Yeah.
know?
Right. That's
Yeah.
how it goes.
He is a very good graphic designer. He does it for a living,
Yeah.
and he very generously
Uh-huh.
made this free of charge. I don't think I would have been able to afford his rates. But if you look carefully,
There's
you'll
a
see
hidden
a hidden
image.
picture.
And it's so cool.
the
So there's
trails.
the runners on the
Yep.
trail. It's the Gulch. You see
And you
something?
can tell it's definitely the Gulch because of the lighthouse from the Mukilteo Lighthouse,
Oh, okay.
the Mukilteo Ferry. There's not many
Yeah.
places in that have
the-
the lighthouse and the ferry with trails like in a big hill right nearby. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
there's not many places that actually fit that except Japanese Gulch. So it makes it sort of unique.
Whoa.
Are these the
that's so
owls
cool.
right here?
Yeah,
It's an
yeah,
owl swooping down.
Swooping
All
owls.
right.
Part of it.
I know. Let's.
But the hidden picture, if you hadn't caught it yet, is a shoe.
Oh yeah.
There's a
The
shoe
trails
in there.
make a
Can you see
shoe.
the shoe? All right. Special prizes for those that get it. No, I guess we told them the answer, so maybe not.
Yeah.
All right. But that is so cool. A couple of things I learned then. So how to start it? It's usually just schedule a meeting. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a meeting
Find
notice,
other
an
like-minded
event,
people
and get together,
consistency.
and then
You know,
consistency.
Sometimes in the winter it's raining,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know what? I want to make sure I'm consistent
Uh-huh.
because I want people to know that I'm always going to be there. If they want to join, I'm going to be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, every once in a while, it'll just be me.
It's got to
But
be
usually it's a lot
Oh,
more.
wow.
But sometimes it's just me.
It's got to be super muddy in there in the
Oh,
rainy
yeah.
season. It's
Yeah,
just
it gets
mud.
muddy. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
It's another
just-
challenge.
the
Not too
challenge.
bad.
Yeah.
You just get the right shoes.
And it's
You
nice
get the hose
and
hose
clean.
off when you get done. But
Oh
yeah.
man, it feels good because you're sitting in the office all day,
Yeah.
and even if it's raining or something, you're out in the woods.
And
You're covered in
it's
trees, so it's
mud
not too
run-
bad.
running.
You get a little muddy on your feet. You
Oh,
know?
'cause
Yeah,
the
it's just your
canopy of the
feet.
trees.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It's
Oh, it's
like very
beautiful.
revitalizing. It's great. So okay,
Definitely.
so consistency, swag, and I think you have more swag, don't you? You've
Yeah,
got
where's
what
the other
else do we
swag?
got?
Oh
Hat.
One
yeah,
up there.
The hat is
Mine,
cool.
Okay.
I didn't take the stickers off yet, but
Oh, nice.
you can
These are cool.
Yeah.
I have a giant head, though.
Hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
I have a
practical.
small
Fits on
head.
top of my head.
Oh,
We have opposite
Wear
heads.
'em backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Man.
Okay.
Oh, and I got a
gonna
team
join.
captain shirt here.
Oh, team captain.
Yeah, team
That's
captain. Yeah.
Is that just yours?
Yeah, just for me.
Just for you.
Unique. Just me.
Nice,
so that we can
nice,
know where he
nice.
is.
And I got
Captain
this
shirt.
one. I can talk
Follow
about
him.
this when it gets to the next segment.
Let's talk about this.
This is
You
the
like
next
this?
segment.
I want to
This
talk
is
about
nice.
this. We got to
We're
hear
all
about
wearing
this.
hats.
Time.
Okay, I better put it back on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're in hats.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier I directed a race out in the Gulch, and it's a very unique race. If anyone's ever heard of the Barkley Marathons,
Let's assume we have a couple of guests that have
Okay.
not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll explain it.
Barkley Marathon.
Barkley Marathons. There's a great documentary on Netflix. It's known to be like the hardest race in the world.
Oh really?
It is absolutely insane. It takes 60 hours to complete, and it's very hard to complete it in 60 hours. So anyway,
No way.
the guy who, it's just a really tough course, and it's almost
Where
100
at?
miles. It's in Tennessee,
Oh.
but there's 5 loops. But anyway, the guy who directed it, he's a really cool, unique guy.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
His name is, he goes by Lazarus Lake, is his pseudonym.
Mhm.
But anyway, he has another race called the Biggs Backyard Ultra, which is really interesting. It's a very, very unique race
Okay.
where you run, it's like a 4.5 mile lap, and you have 1 hour to do it.
Okay.
And then, if you complete that lap in an hour, then you do the next lap. And if you complete that lap in an hour, you do the next lap. And then you keep going until there's only one person left.
No way.
Man.
So this race goes on for this last year was over 60 hours.
No way.
2.5
Keep
days.
going.
The thing is, you can't take any breaks to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay? Because
man.
every hour, consistency, back to the consistency.
Whoa.
Every hour, you have to finish that lap. So,
Yeah.
So if you finish
if you want a
before an
nap,
hour.
run extra fast and try to get a 10-minute cat nap or 5-minute cat nap, but you got to go again and again.
Oh,
So anyway,
man.
I was inspired by that one, and I started a race called the Gulch Countdown. So I wanted to use that laps that keep going till there's one person left, but I wanted to fit it in one reasonable day because I didn't really want to be out there for 2.5 days, and I don't know if anyone would sign up.
Yeah.
So
go to work
So you
on
kinda make
Monday.
it really
I
hard.
know.
Like,
So what I did is I decided I want to be around 8 hours long or so. So I'm going to do these laps, but each lap I'm going to reduce the time limit.
oh, okay.
So
That
the
makes
first
sense.
lap is around 2 miles, and you get 32 minutes. So pretty much anyone can do that. Any runner. I mean, it's not a hard pace. But the next lap you got to do in 31 minutes, and then 30 and 29,
just a
and you
minute.
keep going shorter and shorter and shorter until only one person's left. So we did that race back in January, and the winner ran 37 miles.
Whoa.
And there was like maybe 12 people
In the
I think,
Gulch.
in the Gulch. So yeah, there's a loop that we do.
It's the
Yeah.
2.5 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not the full loop, but yeah,
Oh.
there's a certain loop we use for this race. That's about 2.2 miles.
And you got a
approximately.
shirt, and you won.
No, I didn't
No.
win. I directed. I didn't even race it.
Oh,
I
really?
directed it. I came up with the idea myself.
Yeah.
And pulled and just
Did you get
planned the
sponsors
whole
and
thing.
stuff?
No, I didn't because well, we got the mirror to donate the bottles.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I
So,
didn't
yeah.
need to. It was relatively small. We had 50 runners. But no, we
And
just
is it like a
everyone just
fee
sort of
for
pitched
the-
in just to cover the costs.
Of the
I mean, the biggest cost was
shirt.
insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he got the permit, got the insurance, you know. So it's really, we ever just pitched in a little bit to cover the costs.
Wow.
What I think's so cool about this idea, though, is like anyone can come and do it, right?
Yeah.
Because like,
Yeah, so
if you
there-
only do 1 or 2
exactly.
laps, you're
So
still
I
part
wanted
of
to
the race.
design a race, and
Yeah.
this is a very unique, I never heard of a race like this.
Yeah.
But there were 3 things I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure anyone could do it. I wanted to make sure it was a social race.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because if you think about it, the people who go for the win, they have no incentive to run fast until the end.
Oh.
Okay, so these people because some of these people who ran were some of the best in Seattle. We actually got
Wow.
some really good runners to race
Wow.
it. But usually they're in the front of the race.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never
They
see
might
those
not
guys.
see anyone, and they're not going to be talking because they're racing.
Yeah.
But in this race, hey, they can hang
Just
out with
hang
the
out.
group,
Yeah.
get
Oh,
to know each
that's
other. And actually, the guy who
genius.
won,
Isn't that good?
No
he
way.
ran with his
That's
wife
awesome.
for the first half marathon, and no one even knew he was a contender.
Yeah, right?
He was just running in the pack, and then all of a sudden, near the end, people are dropping off, and he's in the front over and over, and then he wins it.
Wow.
So anyway,
man.
so yeah,
That
so
is so
the
cool.
3 things I wanted to do, as I said, was anyone can do it, and maybe their goal is just a 5K, or maybe it's just 1 lap.
Yeah.
Or so we had different like sort of achievements. You could do 5K, you could get like a 10K, a half marathon. I designed the laps so 12 laps would equal 1 marathon. That's why I made that exact loop. So and then 6 laps would be half marathon. So some people went for the half marathon, some people went for the whole marathon. We had like 12 people who did the marathon.
That's
But
how many loops is that? That is
12.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just said.
But it's
You're
not too
chatting
bad.
with people.
And each loop you go the opposite direction, so it changes direction with each loop.
Okay.
And I thought it might be a little repetitive, but people
Yeah.
are like, oh no, it was perfectly fine because you're with people the whole time, and it changes direction, and it's in the woods. It's beautiful, and there's some hills in there too, some short hills, not big ones. But anyway, so social, and the third one is it's a challenge for everyone. So
your level.
yeah, so whatever your goal is, your goal could be the 5K. Your goal could be the marathon. Your goal could be to win it, and you can challenge yourself any way you want. So it's a challenge for every single person. It's basically a race for any person. Like it's a challenge for any person.
So when is it, and how can we sign up?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So this one, what I'm talking about, is the one we did in January. We're having another one in 2 weeks, June 8th, and www.gulchcountdown.com.
Gulch Countdown.
Gulch Countdown, and I'll
Okay.
show the
Put
shirt
some
in a
links on the
moment.
post for it too.
Okay.
Oh.
But this one actually has a little bit of a twist because I always like changing things up.
Okay.
I think we're gonna do the exact same race that I just described.
Yeah.
Next January. But
Okay.
since this is 6 months later, we're doing it again this time, but as a relay. So I feel like this is gonna add to the strategy and add to the social aspect.
Yeah.
By now you have teams of 2, and it's only teams of 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Just teams of
Teams of 2. And then that you have added strategy because you have to decide how are you going to split the running. You could do every other, or you could do it in blocks, or you could have someone like
Run the first
tire
half.
themselves out at the start, and then the other person come in when they're fresh or the faster laps. And so there you don't even need to be like at equal levels of running. You could have someone who is a bit slower compared to the other person, but they can take the slower laps, and then the other person can take the faster laps, and they can still do really
It's gonna
well.
go longer though. You think?
It'll probably go a little longer, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But eventually it gets faster, and you just can't keep up.
Yeah.
So there's
So-
eventually a limit. You just can't go that fast.
Wow. That's genius.
But anyway,
It's really
I
good.
did want to
So
show off
awesome.
this shirt.
Okay, let's see the shirt.
And I
Show
think
this.
it's, this is just my humor. I think it's funny. I might have to explain the joke for people who aren't runners. I DNF'd the Gulch Countdown 3.5K.
DNF.
So DNF, do you know what DNF means?
It's disqualified.
Did not finish.
Yeah.
Did not finish.
So the joke about this race is we actually gave out medals to everyone that said DNF on it. Because if you weren't the winner, you didn't finish the race.
Oh, everybody's a DNF.
Everyone is a DNF except for the winner.
Yeah.
So
Do you have another shirt for them, the winner?
No, I think I just gave him another shirt. They got a special handmade medal, but yeah, and then 3.5K because the loop is 3.5K.
Okay.
I just think it's
okay.
funny because
great.
people often have like 26
Yeah.
or 5K, 10K, but like no 3.5K, and I didn't finish.
I didn't
Yeah.
finish.
I didn't finish the 3.5K, but
Yeah. One
Oh
finisher.
man, that is so cool. All right, well, hopefully we get more people. How do you sign up? You go
www.gulchcountdown.com, and then there's a link to Ultra Sign Up where you can sign up.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's a cheap race just to cover our costs.
Yeah.
Sick and
Okay.
money. Just
Going on
a
a
cool
move is
community.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
Bonsmith.
come get some steps in, come join,
Yeah.
or even just come watch, right? I
It's
mean,
June 8th.
June 8th,
That's
Saturday, June
before
8th.
Going on the Move starts June 10th.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can warm up for it.
You can warm up
Yeah.
All right, hey, thanks for watching the show. Hope you can make it to the race and the runs in the Gulch. Go be a movement maker.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Movement Maker Show. I'm Rex Williams.
And I'm Jeremiah Smith, and welcome to episode 34.
Wait, retake.
Oh.
You're Jeremiah Bonsmith.
Dang it.
I didn't know his last name.
I don't even know my own name. I don't even know my own name.
That's so funny.
Did he actually say that? He said it.
I did say the intro
All right.
sometimes.
Take two.